Rhubarb, what happened to your voice?
What is this? I'm a Dinosaurus.
What are these scales? I can't even touch my face.
Man, I'm a Dinosaurus.
What happened to my voice? You know what did it was that egg you fed us.
Are you crazy? Gooseberry was the one talking about Dinosauruses, and now look, we're all Dinosauruses.
Oh, ouch. Okay, flap somewhere else.
What? I get wings and I can't even fly.
Why am I stuck as a 3-ton rhino dino? I want wings.
What is this place?
I don't know, but we need to get home. An old fisherman once asked an enchantress where his fishing net would catch many fish. The enchantress looked at the man with her left eye for 5 breaths, and then with her right eye for 5 more. Her 10th exhale continued for 2 sun cycles, and then she breathed inward for 3 more. Upon her next exhale, she spoke. The desert and the sea. The fisherman asked, Please, enchantress, I have now waited for more than 5 suns. Surely ye may be more precise in your answer. The enchantress chuckled and said, Hurry to the desert, but keep where? You will find a map of the sea in the sand that will answer your question. The fisherman left angry and confused. He had never spent an entire sun in the desert. How could he possibly find his answer there? He went back to his ship to get what he thought he might need to survive. A blanket, some water, his parrot, a block of wax to write on, a metal rod to write with, and then he set off for his journey. The first 7 moons of his travels were very plain but tolling. He walked perfectly straight and did nothing more than climb up and step down sand hills. Occasionally, at the top of a hill, he would look back behind him and see that his footprints still made a perfectly straight path back to his ship. But his water was gone, his wax was melted, and his metal too hot to hold. He decided to turn around and walk his footprints back. Upon the first step after turning around, he realized the line he thought to be his own footprints were nothing more than pockets of sand identical with all the others created by the wind. The fisherman was terrified. He had no water, no idea how to get back. Curse the fucking enchantress, he exclaimed to the parrot. Fucking enchantress curse, replied the parrot. It was the first either of them had spoken since departing the sea. But honestly, continued the fisherman. Honestly, repeated the parrot. The man began to run in hopes of seeing something that would redirect his hope. After a great many steps, he fell of exhaustion and dehydration. His parrot tumbled off of his shoulder, and his wind-burned face and cracked lips shattered as his head hit the sand. He reached and felt his skull, and the last thing his shriveling eyes absorbed was the sparkling of his face, no longer distinguishable from the infinite grains of sand on the floor he fell to. In each grain was a reflection of his own mortality, bone, tooth, and blood. He could taste the blood. He woke up on a floor of wooden boards. It was his ship. He pushed with all of his strength to get his head up. He saw his parrot sitting on a crate looking at him. That was the worst nightmare I could have ever imagined, the fisherman said with drool in his mouth. Nightmare? I dragged your sorry ass all the way back to our ship, squawked the parrot. How'd you know the way back? I flew up in the fucking air and saw the ship. The same way I would find fish if I wanted to catch them.